Yeah, the last time I saw Bao was she took a photo of herself after, I'm assuming, a shit ton of either filters or cosmetic surgery. Because I saw Bao like 2 years ago. She did not look like that at all. She was like some like fucking fat little Filipino girl. I don't know what the fuck happened. But man, bro, like the business of AI and plastic surgery, it's booming. By the way, if a female streamer ever goes away for 6 weeks, it's because they're getting liposuction. Fun fact, let's talk about it.
So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the recent Bao situation, and I have made countless videos for many years about various drama-related content, and I know a controversial topic when I see one, and that's exactly what we're covering in this video. So not only are we talking about how people are right now criticizing Bao, but also there is a...
Yeah, I heard that Bao is retiring from being a VTuber and is going full-time prostitute.
General discussion going on once again about what it means to be a VTuber. When do you post too much real life content? When it comes to that stuff, there's really only three camps. There's one camp that is very purist. They don't want to see any IRL content from a VTuber. They say this is a virtual YouTuber. That's all I want to see. Then there's another camp that doesn't care, right? They don't care how much real life content you post. It doesn't bother them at all. Then there's a third camp, which personally I fall into, that is a little bit in the middle somewhere, right? Where a little bit of IRL content doesn't really bother them, but when it gets to a point where it's the primary source of your content, it feels a bit weird to keep calling yourself a VTuber. And that's exactly what's happening with Bao, because for months, all she's been posting is real life content with no mention of VTubing whatsoever, while at the time...
This is some like peak unemployed like VTuber fucking shit slap. I'm wondering if this gets interesting at all. But the title is the Bao VTuber situation is worse than you think. Is right now I really don't care. The only thing that I'm like relatively interested in is like this. And I'll be honest, and this is like an epidemic. There is so many fake plastic hoes on the internet that get praised, and they all lie about their age, right? Like these people are like early to mid 30s, and they're like, oh, I'm actually 26. No, you're not. And then you got people like Zentrea who are like, I'm actually a woman. No, you're not. You're a fucking dude. Okay, everybody knows Zentrea is a fucking dude. Everybody fucking knows. Oh yeah, I just happen to use AI for my voice. Shut the fuck up, bro. I know so many people who met Zentrea before they were a VTuber. It's a fucking dude. It's always been a fucking dude. It's like, can we just stop lying? It's crazy how many people get their success online by just being blatant fucking liars. And then you got people like Bao. Dude, I'll be real. She does not look like that shit at all. But then again, why would you care if you're going to watch a person who pretends to be an anime girl regardless? And then you got people like Demi who are like, oh, actually, if you make porn of my character, it's actually sexually assault. It's sexual assault if you lewd my character. Brother, you are not your VTuber model. Like these VTubers who get uptight about porn being made of their character. Yeah, dude, I just made this character with Triple J jugs and a big fat ass, and they just wear a bra and panty all day. Why'd you make porn of them? This is rape. It's like, oh my God, bro. I will say there are a lot of people in the VTuber community that are just normal and just like seeing cute stuff. That's fine. But then there are people who like can't distinguish between reality and fiction, and it's like, it's embarrassing.
Still labeling herself as a VTuber. And that has been the big discussion over the past couple of days.
I never got the appeal of VTubers. People were depressed during COVID, and VTubers were overly positive, fake motherfuckers during the entire time, so they provided comfort to a lot of people. That's how VTubers blew up.
And given the very poor reputation Bao has with the VTubing scene and among VTuber fans right now for reasons I'll get into in just a second.
Here, I'll show you some too. So this is another reason why Bao is a fake-ass hoe. So Atsu wrote this Google document that was a fake suicide note. And usually when Google documents are written, that you should probably read them before commenting. But Bao is the #1, I must seem like the greatest person of all time. Literally within 5 minutes of a 48-page Google Doc going up, she goes, your life is irreplaceable, and I'm so grateful you're still alive with us, Atsu. If you would have read the Google Doc on page 27, He writes he's completely fine and isn't thinking about suicide. But the problem is people like Bao signal boosted that and let him be the victim that he was trying to deceive people he was with the framing of it. And when you're so quick to virtue signal and say, oh, guys, look at how good I am, I supported this guy. It's so disingenuous. And that happens with every single Google Doc we see on the internet, where people will leave response after response after response on how they read the whole thing when it's been out for 3 fucking minutes. And it does so much danger when people weigh in on subjects they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Brother never forgets Jesus. Oh, no, I don't forget anything. Absolutely not. You want to know why? Because these bad people need to be reminded of how much they fucked up.
She has become a lightning rod for this conversation, where many people believe that she essentially coasted off of VTubing to build an audience and then try to transfer that over to real life content, where she's trying to essentially build a career in the normie face cam scene. And well, people are definitely very up in arms over what's happening right now.
Let's be real, bro. Hoes will be hoes, and any way they can make money, they're going to do it. There's nothing that they won't say. There's nothing that they won't do. I don't know why this is surprising to people.
And you have to understand with Bao, she is very controversial among VTuber fans right now, and that has to do with controversies she has faced over the last year and a half or so. And I'm going to run through them very quickly to give you some backdrop here. Number one, a lot of people viewed her as a mean girl, and that her involvement with the whole Cinder drama was very sloppy, and also she was backing a lot of people who have been outed as hypocrites. Or
I will say I fucked up with my take on the Cinder drama. Powder did a great job of bringing to my knowledge by her extensive coverage that Nano was also drastically in the wrong. But I got completely fucking baited. I read the entire Cinder doc, but what I didn't do was make an appropriate timeline of when the DMs were texted in order. And I'll never make that mistake again, but I've already publicly apologized for not getting that right the first time. But yeah, Nano was also a piece of shit.
Liars in that situation.
And W Powder for her.
But I covered this right here, where she was making many comments people viewed as the product of misandry.
Rev has never recanted on his mistakes on Cinder coverage. Well, Rev doesn't really recant any of the mistakes he makes, and that's okay. I mean, I'll be real. I don't know if you know this. Rev actually made like a massive like doc like on me, full of like insane amounts of misinformation, and he still has that up. It doesn't bother me, but I do believe that we as content creators, when we make mistakes or when we get fed misinformation, we probably should say, guys, I fucked up on this, and maybe take the fucking post down or take the video down. But I like Rev. I think they're great, and I like their wife as well. I think they're very good people. But, you know, it is what it is. It's something that I'm not really going to sweat on.
Hatred of men, where she said if you're an up-and-coming female content creator with a small audience and a much larger successful male content creator approaches you out of nowhere and showers you with attention on stream, in DMs, etc., don't walk, run.
Who gives a fuck what this faggot thinks then? Despite Rev's mistakes that he made towards me, I still think they're a good person, so I'm willing to overlook that because I also like their content. It is what it is.
Of course, likes may be private, but thanks to useful idiots like this, their reaction to the situation was essentially revealing some of Bao's thoughts, where she liked a comment responding to her post saying men that are crying about this are the same men that cry about us saying we'd choose the bear. And in case you're not terminally online, here's the context of that debate. A lot of people are being asked the hypothetical: if you're a woman alone in the woods, who would you rather spend your time with? Would you spend it with a bear or a man? And a lot of people, mainly feminists, were saying they'd rather spend their time with a bear because at least the bear would just eat you and not do anything beyond that, which is absolutely insane. And the fact that she is siding with that sort of rhetoric was really off-putting to a lot of people.
I mean, would I rather spend my time with a random woman in the forest or a bear? I'd also choose the bear because, one, the woman would be useless and I would have to take care of her. And then after I took care of her, she would give me a false rape accusation. So I, too, would also choose the bear. Just different reasons.
But of course, there was more to it. Facing the backlash, Bao would then mock all of her male fans, which of course rubbed people the wrong way even more.
I had a lot of strong feelings about this. And to the people that are trying to dilute what I'm saying to fit their own, like, stupid-ass anti-woman, I fucking hate, you're misandrous, I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. Go fix your receding hairline. You ever heard of minoxidil? Yeah, try that, all right? Don't care. Wrap it up. Okay. Hey, man, you're outing yourself, okay? I didn't say anything. You did it yourself.
So as you can see from that clip, there was an attempt.
Yeah, she's just kind of just like a fucking loser. You know, she is. Like, she really is just a absolute fucking loser.
To gaslight her viewers
And it's also crazy because her user base is 99% male.
into what the actual context of the backlash was, and she would continue that on social media, where one user said, just woke up, what the F is going on, because this was a huge set of drama involving Bao, and then Bao said, I said, if Harvey Weinstein invites you to a party, don't go, and it ruffled some feathers. And I even pointed out in the replies, that's not what you said. You did not say, if you're encountering a potentially predatory individual, run away. No, she said all successful male content creators, and that rubbed people a very wrong way.
Yep.
Within that same week, she got into another set of drama involving the art platform Skeb, where she made this now deleted tweet basically saying that because of the platform's function, a lot of the art she was commissioning was being revealed and publicly shown before she had intended, which is not true, right? That's something she could have avoided, and she deleted this tweet before a successful note was applied to it. And Skeb itself came out and clarified at the time that during the process of commissioning art, there's 4 separate opportunities to make it clear that you don't want things revealed early. But she didn't take those opportunities and was misrepresenting what the platform functions as.
It's because Bao is retarded and she makes her mental retardation everybody else's issue.
Then, in response to that backlash, she essentially said she's not being canceled, she's engagement farming.
Canceled 4 times in a month, canceled 4 times in a month. Nuh-uh, guys. It's not being called canceled. It's called engagement farming. Thank you very much. Here we go again. Come on. You can't be for real. Guys, I'm so fucking dead ass. Who's actually going?
Yeah, of course, that clip.
You know, this is the type of person to claim that if you were to make porn of their YouTuber model or their VTuber model, that it would be sexual assault. It's like, bro, you literally just made like a prostitute in Vegas Strip. Like, what are we talking about?
Rub people the wrong way yet again. It seems like she's kind of thumbing her nose at anyone who's upset with some of her recent comments. It looks very narcissistic and entitled. Not a good look. And another controversy that she was involved with was the Psychono situation, where she was reposting various tweets like that of Himomo in her Google Doc, where she labeled Psychono not only as a serial cheater, which he was, but also as a dangerous predator, which he was not.
True.
That aspect of this Google Doc and the whole expose with Mugen was completely debunked, but Bao reposted that.
I'm actually curious. I wonder if Mugen bounced back. Because Mugen, like, legitimately pushed false predator claims on an individual and then threatened to release the fact that, like, Powder was, like, a BBC-obsessed slut. And then just completely ghosted. Ay. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is a little rough. How the fuck is my irrelevant ass getting 5 times the viewership of Mugen? God damn, bro. The unreliable narrator allegations are really fucking him in the ass. That is rough.
Among other tweets, including ones that are now deleted, using that dangerous predator label. And this repost is still live on her account to this day. Like, she's never gone back and thought, sharing a post labeling someone as a predator maliciously with no proof, maybe I shouldn't support that, but nope, it's still up to this day. But that's just a snapshot of everything going on with her over the last year and a half or so. So you have to understand, with that backdrop, her sort of PR, her reputation among VTuber fans right now is abysmal, okay? She was someone who was very well respected for a lot of years, but also people started to turn away when she leaned way more into explicit, not safe for work content, where she is selling that sort of stuff on the usual websites. But that's the backdrop. And for someone who's always posted some real-life content, she at least used to wear a mask. It was more of a special event. But nowadays, I mean, she's just straight-up face posting, right? Like, I'm not...
She looks like that sloth from fucking Ice Age. You know what I'm saying? She looks like Sid from Ice Age. Eric, you want me to show you something that I can do that Bao can't do on camera? Let me show you this. Let me show you something that I can do that a lot of these women can never do. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, I look the same. And that is something that you will never be able to see one of these women do. I know. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Sharing anything that's hidden.
Look at this shit. Fake lips, lipstick that go above the lips to make them seem bigger, fake freckles, gauges, fake eyelashes, eyeline thickener. AI filter on the face, poorly Photoshop whitener on the teeth. Like, the fact that people fall for this shit is hilarious. It is. It's fucking hilarious.
She is doing this on her own volition, and the response to this is diabolical. But before we get into some of the replies, she's entitled to do this, right? A content creator can do whatever they want.
Sure.
Right? You can make a right turn with your content however you see fit. Personally speaking, I have made some very big changes over the years to my content. I used to be a meme channel, and then I turned to commentary, nuking my entire channel and the entire library many years ago to shift into commentary because that's
I did the exact same thing, man. I didn't gotcha. Then I realized I just didn't give a fuck.
what I wanted to do. But you're allowed to do that, but also people are allowed to be upset about it. And yeah, people are not really feeling this sort of stuff from Bao. You can see this is just the first replies that show up. Me looking for the VTuber that this account is supposed to be. Sell your model at this point. You don't deserve to be considered a VTuber anymore. Me looking for the VTuber activity. Bao, please make a separate account for this IRL stuff. Call it Bao the Human with the handle Bao IRL or something. Stay in character. Imagine getting looks mogged by your biggest op, which of course we're getting into subjective stuff. And a lot of people are obviously being very aggressive in the replies.
Keep being aggressive. Yes.
You know, I'm Weenie Hut Jr. I guess I'm soft. I don't think you have to really get into the personal insults. I think you
do.
can focus on the actual words she has said. And also you can raise very validly the criticism that she is, at this point, still labeling herself as a VTuber, when in reality, for months, she's done nothing close to VTuber related activities. In fact, this post went viral. It's a screen recording of her account, her media tab, where it's nothing but IRL content. 90+% is IRL content. And it seems like that is the focus she is going for.
Then I'm telling you, wait, followed by me? Wait, what the fuck? I follow her? I had no idea. Unfollowed. Hey, that's on me, guys. Hey, my bad. My bad. I will say, you guys may not know this. This is real lore. Bao the VTuber and Vienna the VTuber, I actually was responsible for creating them as creators. I met them when they had around 30 to 40 viewers. And after our association, within like a month, they had around 1,000 to 1,500 because I put them on game and I was streaming with them when I had around 8 to 9,000 viewers when I used to play Genshin Impact. Yeah, so no, I did make Bao and Vienna. That is a confirmed fact. They've both said that on record, saying that I made them, by the way. And Bao, I regret. That's a shame. I think all Vienna does is play fucking League of Legends these days. Anyways.
But I guess she listened to the backlash, where she then would drop the VTuber label from her profile. It's still in her tag on Twitter, her actual @, but I think changing that is a little more complicated because it would mess up your links on social media and other platforms. But yeah, she did listen, she heard something, and she dropped the tag. So it seems like that is the route she is going. She wants to go.
Why have I been responsible for creating like some of the worst creators on the internet? I like feel bad, bro. There was like a phase of my life where I was like very trusting to everybody. And now I'm like trusting of absolutely nobody. And I think that's when I learned that the world punishes good people the most. Yeah, it's on me, man. My bad, guys. My bad. I made some really fucking horrible creators. For real. Like, dude, I would say I'm responsible for making over like 200 creators, and 99% of them are fucking dog shit. That's my bad, guys. My bad.
Go after this IRL content. And at the end of the day, whether you're in the camp 1, 2, or 3 with a whole VTuber and IRL conversation, I think she is kind of the case study of someone who got a huge amount of notoriety posting VTuber related content, and slowly over the past year or two has primarily posted real life content and now is completely shifted away. And if fans are upset about that, I think that's really valid, right? Again, it's her choice. She is allowed to do this, but people are allowed to not like it and to call her a hypocrite for still calling herself a VTuber, but now she has dropped the label entirely. Now, of course, there's also another narrative, and I want to talk about this, where some people on Twitter are calling her a schmo. Okay, I can't say certain words on YouTube, and people are like, how dare you? That's so awful. Just being blunt, okay, she has been selling adult content for a very long time. Okay, like it's been over a year.
If you sell porn of yourself, you can't be offended when somebody calls you a prostitute.
Or two at this point. In fact, she has a second account called Hojo-sama, where she's selling explicit, not safe for work content. So I think that whole narrative of white knighting her as some like pure innocent person is ridiculous, right? Like she even calls herself these sorts of terms. But I also think there's a greater conversation about how she's the focus of this debate when there's other very well respected VTubers who also post a ton of IRL content but don't get the same attention. I think that's the result of Bao being such a lightning rod right now, where she is very negatively perceived by many VTuber fans. If you're not a fan of Bao, you probably don't have the best view of her right now as a VTuber fan.
I'm actually curious. I wonder how many viewers does Bao get? Averaging 2.5K. Her numbers are going up. She's doing IRL. I wonder if it's real viewership. Oh, well, I mean, it could be. It's looking a little bit sussy baka. Ooh, it's looking a little bit sussy baka. Wait, hold the fuck up. Wait, that's looking pretty fucking sus. Ooh, yeah, that's looking a little sus. That's looking a little sus. Ooh. Hell no. Botter. Yep, that's a botter, boys. Oh, that is a botter. 1,800 viewers at 0 minutes in. 0 minutes in. Botter. Got her. I would challenge. I think Bao has 1.5 thousand bots on her stream. Yep. I think that's the exact number. I believe Bao has 1,500 bots on her stream. Yep. Stand on it. Yep. I stand on that shit too. I do. I stand on that shit wholeheartedly. I stand on that shit. Anyways, we're back. A little bit of detective work.
But I want to transition over to a clip.
It's Twitch should be expected. I absolutely agree. The reality is, if you're not botting on Twitch, you're getting left behind. Everybody on that platform is botting.
That's gotten a lot of
There's almost no exceptions.
attention. It's from the VTuber Midas. And they talked about this whole VTuber versus IRL debate. And I think they raised some really good points in this clip. And to be very clear here, they're not directly naming anyone, not Bao or anyone, but talking generally about their experience and how people have the right to be a little bit upset that their favorite VTuber completely departed away from VTuber related activities and is posting nothing but real life content.
So what I mean by that is that there were a lot of VTubers this year, medium, small, large, that were almost bragging about how little actual VTubing they do and how excited they are to start.
Because VTubing is dying. There hasn't been a new big VTuber in years. Everybody knows the niche is getting smaller and smaller. Everybody's viewer count is falling off. And people are willing to do anything to survive, which, by the way, okay, do whatever you want.
Doing more flesh tubing on their VTubing stuff. And that really pissed me off. I'm no Puritan, but something about this off-kai forced me to really re-examine what it means to be a content creator in this space. And I think I've developed more sense of puritanicalism. As well, I did my best, but I have a story I think I want to tell you guys that kind of broke my heart a little bit. I mean, I talked it over with the affiliated parties, but it's another reason why I don't want to go to off-kai anymore. I don't think being upset at seeing their VTubers in the flesh is something you should worry about. People deserve to be able to live their lives. That isn't what this is about. This is about people talk. What I'm upset about isn't that people want to live their lives and that people want to make content. It's the erosion of this very specific kind of type of content creation. You can flesh tube and you can do a damn good job of it and have an audience that's there for it and excited.
Of another Dino suit cameo.
But once you do that, one too many times, you do genuinely muddy the definition of what it is to VTube. To VTube is to have the character, right?
I don't give a fuck. Anyways, I think Bao's a dumb bitch. All right, cool. Next.